Welcome to this video where we will be discussing the ongoing conflict in Ukraine. The conflict has been ongoing since 2014 and has led to the displacement of over 1.5 million people and the deaths of over 13,000 people. In this video, we will be discussing the root causes of the conflict, the parties involved, and the consequences of the conflict. Root causes of the conflict. The Ukraine conflict has its roots in the country's history and politics. Ukraine has a long history of being a part of Russia, and many people in Ukraine still identify with Russia. However, after the fall of the Soviet Union in 1991, Ukraine became an independent country. This created tension between those who wanted Ukraine to align more closely with Russia and those who wanted to align with Europe. In 2013, Ukraine's president, Viktor Yanukovych, rejected a trade agreement with the European Union in favor of closer ties with Russia. This decision led to protests in Ukraine's capital, Kiev, and eventually to Yanukovych's ouster in 2014. Russia, which had supported Yanukovych, annexed Crimea, a Ukrainian peninsula with a majority ethnic Russian population, and supported separatists in eastern Ukraine. Parties involved in the conflict. The parties involved in the Ukraine conflict are Ukraine, Russia, and separatist groups in eastern Ukraine. Ukraine is fighting to maintain its territorial integrity, and to resist what it sees as Russian aggression. Russia denies that it is involved in the conflict, but many believe that Russia is providing military and financial support to separatist groups in eastern Ukraine. Separatist groups in eastern Ukraine are fighting for independence from Ukraine and closer ties to Russia. Consequences of the conflict. The consequences of the Ukraine conflict have been devastating. Over 1.5 million people have been displaced, and over 13,000 people have been killed. The conflict has also had economic consequences, with Ukraine's economy suffering as a result of the conflict. The conflict has also had political consequences, with Ukraine becoming increasingly isolated from Russia and other countries that support Russia. In conclusion, the Ukraine conflict has its roots in Ukraine's history and politics, with tension between those who want closer ties to Russia and those who want closer ties to Europe. The parties involved in the conflict are Ukraine, Russia, and separatist groups in eastern Ukraine, and the consequences of the conflict have been devastating. It is important for the international community to work towards a peaceful resolution to the conflict, to prevent further loss of life and suffering. Thank you for watching this video on the Ukraine conflict.